If you're only focused on you, you're missing your breakthrough. God's blessings flow when you start looking up and reaching out. Our daily devotional today is Trusting God Day by Day, July 31st. Let each of you esteem and look upon and be concerned for not merely his own interests, but also each for the interests of others. Philippians chapter 2, verse 4. A friend of mine lives in a large city where homelessness is a huge problem. One winter night, she was coming home from work and walked by a man asking for money. It was a cold and dark night. She'd put in a long day, and she was anxious to get home. Not wanting to pull out her wallet in a less than safe situation, she reached deep into her purse, fishing for some change. As her fingers searched in vain, the man started telling her that his coat had been stolen in the homeless shelter where he'd stayed the night before, and described a few other troubles he was having. Still trying to come up with a couple of quarters, she nodded at the right times and said, "That's too bad now and then." When she finally found the money, she dropped it into the man's cup. He smiled and said, "Thank you for talking with me." My friend says she realized that night that the 50 cents she gave him was appreciated, but what meant the most to the man was the fact that someone had heard what he said and responded. There is a team of people who try to help individuals living in the tunnels under the downtown bridge in St. Louis. They have found that each of these people had a life prior to the tunnels, and they all have a story. Something tragic happened to them that resulted in them being in their present circumstances. They appreciate the sandwiches and the rides to church where they can shower and get clean clothes, but mostly they appreciate someone caring enough to actually talk with them, long enough to find out who they are and what has happened to them. Let me encourage you to do everything you can to help others. If they simply need you to be there, then take time to do so. Ask God what He wants you to do, and He will answer your prayer so you can do it. Trust in Him. When was the last time you took time to really listen to someone? Trust God to reveal what He wants you to do for others. Amen. That is such a powerful thing that we each should be doing, because I don't know about you, but I really enjoy when I have something to say, to have someone to be there and genuinely listen. So let's keep that in mind as we go out in the world today. Thank you so much for being here, listening to the daily devotional being read aloud. If you or someone you love are in need of prayer, please put prayer in the comments section and I'll add your name to my prayer journal. If this message was a blessing to you, please repost it, share it, send it to a friend. You can do something to change other people's lives by simply hitting that button. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Remember, it's our planet, our responsibility. Bye now.